Our MMA insider Brett Okamoto joins us now. Is there a chance that Dana White's doing this? This is a cynical question, just to stay in the news. Like, we tried for May 9, it didn't work. We tried for June 4, it didn't work. And then his fans know that at least he was trying. Or is he really serious that he thinks he can pull this off inside of a month now?
Kenny, he is dead serious. I mean, he believes that he could have pulled it off this weekend. You know, as you recall, UFC 249 was supposed to happen in California this weekend, and Dana White was adamant to me last week when I spoke to him in person, when I spoke to him on the phone. Again, he reiterated it to me that, hey, I could go this weekend. I could go this weekend. I know how to put on events. Nothing stops me. I came up with a protocol that was going to be safe for everybody. I had it all in place. I had the venue. I had talked everybody into it. We were going to go, and then ESPN got cold feet due to everything that was going on. They asked me to stand down. They're a good partner, so I stood down. But Dana White is determined to be the first sport back, and not only the first sport back, but he wants to be back as soon as possible. If it were up to him, he would be going this weekend, and he truly feels like he can, and his fighters want him to. The vast majority of fighters I've spoke to, they want to fight, and they're ready to go.
Do we know who, and do we know where?
We do not know where yet, and I would imagine that we won't know where for a little bit. I think part of that is due to the process of them just trying to figure out where it is, and also part of it is that they don't really want anybody to know. You saw that with UFC 249. He didn't mention that it was going to be in California until the cat was already out of the bag and the fight had been canceled. As far as who, he did give me the full list of fights that the UFC is targeting right now. None of these fights are official. No contracts have been signed, but I have been reaching out to all of these individual camps, the fighters, the athletes, the managers, and I've confirmed that about 75, at least 80% of them have verbally agreed, said, yes, we're in. We've been training. We're ready to go. Tony Ferguson, he's the top guy. He is the number one. He is the headliner of this whole thing. He agreed 2 days, sources closest to him, that he's ready. He wants to fight Justin Gaethje on May 9th.
Has Dana White articulated what these safety measures would be? I mean, health experts certainly wouldn't ordain something like this. So is everyone who's there going to be tested, the referee included, no fans? I mean, how deep has he gone down that road, explaining how safe he can make it be?
Yeah, I'll tell you, not much of a detail guy in terms of what he expresses to the media, but, you know, asking some of these other individuals who were scheduled to fight this weekend in California, they told me that they had been told that they were going to receive testing kits. They were going to be, so that was going to happen multiple times during the week, that they were going to be tested for COVID-19, and that there were certain precautions in place of just, you know, one fight would end and those people would leave, and then the next fight would come in. You know, there would be no crowd. Usually at a UFC event, you know, you got full locker rooms. That wouldn't be the case. The fight happens, they get him out of the arena, the next guys come in. So there were tons of precautionary measures being put in place, and the managers and fighters told me that every question we had, they had an answer to. We were comfortable with it. They were all ready to go to California this weekend.
Let's say he finds a way to pull this off, but ESPN doesn't want to be involved for its own reasons. Would you see him going forward with it and trying to figure out a way to disseminate it on his own?
I could. I actually could see Dana White going down that avenue, because this guy just wants to put on fights. He truly, it is very obvious right now. There is not some hidden motive here. He is determined to be the first one back. And he like he said this last week, he respects ESPN. He believes that they've been a good partner for them. He believes that they help the sport of mixed martial arts. I mean, this guy has been around since the very beginning, 2001, when he purchased the company, where nobody wanted this thing. And now he sees the value in it being all over ESPN and the way in which ESPN covers sports. But at a certain point, you can't tell Dana White to stand down any longer. And we will find out if ESPN is not on board, if Dana White does choose to start looking at other avenues and maybe asking permission to just run this thing on his own.
Brett Okamoto, thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying on it. See you next time.
You got it, Kenny.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.